And I was walking in the clouds. I was so excited about what had happened at prayer meeting. And I didn't notice that my speedometer marked 50 miles an hour. And actually 55 miles an hour, and it's a 40 mile per hour zone. And I was very, very elevated until I saw that blue and red light behind my car. And by the way, this is the only time that I've been stopped here in Fresno in 13 and a half years. And the policeman got out of his car. He came to the window, said, "Could I have your license, please?" So I took out, my wallet, and my license wasn't in there. I'd taken it out for some reason. So I says, "Well, could I have your registration?" I said, "Yeah, I'll give you the registration." So I looked in the glove compartment above the visor, couldn't find my registration. So he says, "Well, do you have proof of insurance?" I said, "Well, let me look." And so I looked, I couldn't find proof of insurance either. And so he says, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Stiven Bor." And he said, "What is your profession?" And you know what? I was kind of embarrassed. I actually said, "Well, I'm pastor of the church right around the corner, Fresno Central Church." And he said, "Well, let me go back to my car and, look in the computer and check things out." So he was there for a few minutes, and then he came back to the window and he said, "Pastor Bor, everything checks out. I know you have a license, and I know that you're registered, and I know that you have insurance." Because it's all in the computer. And I was feeling pretty good. I said, "Well, but the ticket is coming." And so he looked at me and he said, "You as a pastor of all people should obey the laws of Caesar." And I said, "I really know that, but I explained to him I was in prayer meeting, we had testimonies, we sang and we studied scripture, and I was just pumped up. I just got carried away. I didn't even notice." And so he looked at me and he said, I can tell that this isn't a thing that you regularly do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go. But be more careful next time. Now let me ask you, did that policeman do the right thing? No. He did not do the right thing. You say, "Well, you got off the hook." Yes, I got off the hook, but he did do the right thing. Because I had violated the law, and the justice of the law demanded that I pay the fine. I'm thankful I didn't have to. But if he had done his job, he would have given me the ticket. You know what would have been even better? If he'd come to the window and said, "Pastor Bor, the law says that if you go 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, you have to pay such and such a fine. And, so you're liable." But he says, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to the police station. I'm going to go to the judge. And I'm going to pay this ticket myself." You say, fat chance. Of course, that wouldn't happen in real life. But let me ask you, if he went to court, to the judge, and he paid my ticket, would the justice of the law be sustained? Yes, because the fine is what? Paid. But at the same time, would mercy be shown? Yes, because he paid the fine so that I did not have to what? So that I did not have to pay it. That's exactly what happened with Jesus. You see, we all should die. We all should be punished with the sentence of death. But Jesus paid the death that we should suffer. And because He paid the death that we should suffer, justice is satisfied, the demands of the law are satisfied, but at the same time, His mercy is shown because He suffered the penalty so that I don't have to suffer it. You all know the verse that we have, the most famous verse in the Bible, John 3 and verse 16, where it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son,